And the CBC has obtained documents that give more details into the investigation of an alleged $500 million mortgage fraud case. It involves a so-called shadow mortgage broker who got help from about 24 real estate professionals. The case has resulted in fines, in license cancellations and suspensions, but there have never been any charges. And CBC's Jason Proctor joins us now to explain why. Jason, you've been following this case for years. So who are these allegations against? What led up to this?
Yeah, so this is a guy named Jay Kanth Chowdhury who once had a registration but then was suspended in 2008 from being a mortgage broker. But, you know, we know that he kept on doing this, basically, but using a front of people. So all these, about 24 people, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, with their licenses, he would fake documents and then they would submit them to banks on his behalf, you know, for people who, you know, otherwise would not qualify for this. So the regulator in this, the BC Financial Services Agency, has looked into this. But, you know, there's always been this question, as you say, about charges and why nothing, you know, has ever come of that, because we know that they sort of were looking at. So I got these documents that suggest or that talk about how they went to the Vancouver Police, they went to RCMP, and they also went to the Canada Revenue Agency, asking them to, you know, take their legwork and do something with this. But ultimately, they found out last summer 2024, that, you know, the CRA, which had been the only agency to take this up, had dropped the case.
So quite a trail there.
Yeah.
Why have there been no charges?
Well, so from the email that the CRA criminal investigators sent to the BC FSA, the regulator, a technicality brought the case to an end as far as the Public Prosecution Service went, because they said they decided not to lay charges because of a technicality. But we don't know the nature of the technicality, basically because they won't say it, and the RCMP won't say, you know, even confirm the identity of people who've been under investigation or not. So really, you know, basically this sort of ends up being a bit of a mystery, but we know just a bit more because essentially we know that the charges had gone to approval, and then this technicality dooms them.
So there's still some questions in the air.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about what could happen next? What are you looking out for?
Well, really, as part of this email, you know, the CRA inspector said that assessments had been done, because remember, you have numerous people who submitted false tax documents who, you know, presumably have income they're not declaring. So that is something we might look at. But tax stuff is very kind of hard to see into, let's say. So, you know, really, as for now, the regulators completed all of its things. We've seen, as I say, people fined up to $50,000, cancellations, etc., but nothing more from that.
All right. Well, you can read more about Jason's story on our website. That's cbc.ca/BC. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.